Imagine securing a $200 million bag. We're talking generational wealth. Your grandkids' grandkids should be set for life. Now fast forward. You're standing in line at a burger joint and your card gets declined for a $10 meal. No, this isn't a movie. For these NBA legends, it was a cold-blooded reality. Look at these numbers. $242 million earned. $110 million earned. $90 million evaporated. How do you fumble a fortune that big? Today, we're exposing 5 NBA stars who went from private jets to the local bus. One got finessed by a con artist. One was burning $100,000 a month after his prime. And one? He had 70 people on his payroll at the same time. Wait for the last story. It proves that without a plan, your net worth is just a countdown to zero. Let's get into the chaos. Here's the reality check. The average NBA career is just 4.5 years. It's a tiny window to make money that's supposed to last 50 years. When you hear $100 million contract, it's cap. After Uncle Sam takes his 40 to 50%.
Give me the money, son, now. I said now, son.
And agents take their cut. That $100 million contract shrinks to about $45 million. Still a lot, right? Not when you factor in lifestyle creep. The $10 million mansion, the fleet of supercars, and the entourage, the day ones who expect a free ride. Over 15% of NBA players go broke within 5 years of retirement. The checks stop, but the bills? They're just getting warmed up. First up, the most eccentric man to ever lace him up.
Let's go! New birthday! Listen up!
Dennis Rodman. Fame?
No, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I...
Fines?
I hate fines.
And financial chaos.
Yo, listen up! This is what we've been waiting for! It's the identity successful!
Dennis the Worm Rodman. 5-time champ. A global icon. A walking marketing machine. But Rodman lived life at 200 miles per hour. Vegas benders, massive league fines, and a lifestyle that would make a rock star sweat. Even now in 2026, reports estimate his net worth is a mere $500,000, a fraction of the $27 million he earned in salary alone. Between his legendary benders and a financial advisor who allegedly swiped over $1 million from him, Rodman's bag was leaked from every side. He won rings, but he lost the bank. But wait, Rodman's collapse isn't even the biggest on this list. Allen Iverson, $200 million, practically broke. Allen Iverson, the answer, the culture. Over $200 million in career earnings. I didn't just spend money, he bled it. He'd travel with 50 people and buy jewelry on a whim. In 2012, during a divorce hearing, he screamed the line that shook the world. I don't even have money for a cheeseburger. He was down bad. But here's the crazy update for 2026. Iverson is officially just 4 years away from his massive $32 million trust fund from Reebok. He hits the jackpot when he turns 55 in 2030. The catch? Because of his divorce settlement, he only keeps half, $16 million. The ultimate irony, being a millionaire on paper, but broke in the streets. But it gets even crazier. Latrell Sprewell. From $21 million to Repo. Latrell Sprewell is the king of when keeping it real goes wrong. He made nearly $100 million, but his downfall started with one of the worst takes in sports history. When the Wolves offered him a 3-year, $21 million extension, he turned it down, saying, "I have a family to feed." He never signed another big deal. Fast forward, the bank repossessed his $1.5 million yacht, ironically named the Family. Then came the foreclosures. As of 2026, his estimated net worth is still hovering at a shocking $50,000. From turning down $21 million to losing the roof over his head. That's a massive fumble. Tim Duncan, the $20 million finesse. Tim Duncan is the big fundamental. the most disciplined guy in the league. You'd think his money was locked in a vault, but even a legend can get finessed. Duncan trusted a financial advisor who allegedly forged his signature and siphoned over $20 million into trash investments. Duncan eventually settled for about $7.5 million back, but the lesson remains. If Tim Duncan can lose $20 million to a snake, anybody can. Antoine Walker, $110 million to Chapter 11. Antoine Walker earned $108 million. He was an all-star and a champion. But Walker was bankrolling 70 people.
Let's get this.
He bought
Next
8
play,
mansions.
stay locked in.
He had a car collection that looked like a Fast and Furious set. By 2010, he filed for bankruptcy, owing millions to banks and Vegas casinos. The update? Walker has actually turned it around. By 2026, he's moved from bankruptcy to a modest $1.5 million net worth, using his story to teach young athletes how not to crash out. His advice now?
I have to stop being everyone's bank. It's not sustainable, and it ends now.
It's easy to look at these guys and say, I'd never be that stupid. But the truth? The system is almost designed to make you fail. It's not just about buying too many chains or fast cars. It's a psychological and systemic trap that starts the second you get drafted. In 2026, the data hasn't changed. Nearly 60% of NBA players are still struggling within 5 years of their final game. Why? Let's break down the cycle of the crash. The sudden wealth syndrome.
Yes, look at all this money. It's raining cash. I can't believe it. This is amazing.
Most of these guys come from nothing. One day you're struggling to pay rent. The next, you have $10 million in your account. Your brain literally cannot process that jump. It's what psychologists call survivor's guilt. You feel like you have to be the bank for everyone you grew up with. You aren't just buying a house for your mom. You're buying a lifestyle for a 70-person entourage. You aren't their friend anymore. You're their business plan. The 10-year illusion. Players live like they're going to earn $20 million a year until they're 60. But the reality? You're lucky if you last 4.5 seasons. You have a tiny 4-year window of God-tier income to fund the next 60 years of your life. The math is brutal. Take a $100 million contract. Subtract $45 million for the IRS. The jock tax hits different in every state. Subtract $5 million for agents and managers. Now subtract the $10 million mansion and the $2 million yearly burn rate for the crew. By the time you retire, your net worth is mostly just stuff that depreciates. The locker room competition. In the NBA, the competition doesn't stop on the court. It's in the parking lot. It's on your wrist. If the all-star next to you is flying private, you feel like a role player if you're flying commercial. It's lifestyle creep on steroids. You're competing with billionaires while you're only a temporary millionaire. The predator problem. When you're young, rich, and famous, you're a walking target. In 2026, shady advisors have upgraded to shady crypto schemes and fake startups. Athletes are conditioned to listen to coaches, so when a guy in a suit sounds like a coach, they follow him right off a financial cliff. The elite 1% of players never see their NBA salary. They live entirely off their endorsement checks. Their contract money goes straight into a blind trust or a diversified portfolio. If you can't pay for that Ferrari with your brand deal money, you can't afford the Ferrari. Period. You have to build a wall between your lifestyle money and your legacy wealth. Average NBA player dies twice, once when they stop playing and once when they actually die. The financial death happens because they didn't have a second act. The ones who stay rich, the Jordans, the Magics, the Junior Bridgemans, they started their business career while they were still in the locker room. They used their NBA clout to get into rooms with billionaires, not just to get into the VIP section of a club. Look, in 2026, fame is still just a lease, and that lease eventually expires. The flashy suits and the trophies fade, but those bad decisions, they compound. Iverson is still waiting on that 2030 Reebok check. Walker is finally back on his feet. Their stories are a warning. Money doesn't buy freedom. Discipline does. Drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications.